It's that time of the year again when Future Canoe comes to tell you that you never know when life is gonna kick you in the crotch, give you a wedgie, and spit on your face. Always good to learn struggle meal recipes. This time, besides submissions from all over the world, we're adding a category at the end called the Diabolical Round. These recipes are indistinguishable from your attempts of killing me. Starting with the best place are Ligma Gangster recipes. First dish submitted by our lovely member Emo Memo is called Miniman. Apparently it's a traditional Turkish dish, but I've never heard of it. And every time I say Miniman, I just think of how Kevin Hart goes, man, get the fuck out of here! Two types of Turkish style pepper. I don't know what those are. Like Anaheim pepper. Why so specific? Like, does that make a difference? It's not like we're cooking a Thai green curry with Jamie Oliver here.
That less than 1 chili per person.
Thankfully, I found a green pepper in my fridge, which has the magical power of imposing mold onto any ingredient. Let's not be superficial, what's on the inside matters. Oh, it's still good. Nice. Heat olive oil in a pan and then cook onions for 4 to 5 minutes. Once it gets lightly golden, we'll put in the peppers for another 3 to 4. Grate tomatoes in a box grater on this institutionally gray plate. This is not an efficient way. Let it simmer till it's lightly dry. I really don't feel like opening a can of tomato paste just to put in a tablespoon and then it starts growing mold. I'm gonna try to stop that reputation about me. This year, 2026, Future Canoe will be mold free. We'll replace it with some ketchup. There's MSG in ketchup, so it should theoretically improve the dish. When everything in the pan is reducing and simmering, we'll lightly beat some eggs, pour it on top. Try not to move it and just let it gently cook and steam in the pan. The goal is to get it creamy and juicy. And finally, we'll just finish with salt, pepper, chili flakes, and serve on white bread. I guess the difference between this and a shakshuka is shakshuka has whole eggs and these are beaten. Smells really good. Less spices than shakshuka, but I imagine it will be spicier. I love how the sauce is dried up and the eggs kind of just gently sit on top. Very great texture. It almost tastes like a keto pizza. But I do feel like as a struggle meal, it's a little complicated. So I'll give it a 7.5. This is a one-pot steamer noodle recipe submitted by P1 that requires us to get one of these Chinese bamboo steamers. It costs a fortune, I didn't know that. The cooking method is very easy. It has a 3-tier system. The first tier on the bottom will be dry noodles. The second tier, some chopped frozen vegetables. And the top tier will be our protein, Chinese sausage. Not gonna lie, this looks like a normal sausage that got left in the dirt for 10 years and zombified. It tastes great. Yeah. Steam it for 10 minutes. Wow, it looks like I'm working at a dim sum spot. Wait, is that racist? Okay, no way. I'm gonna drop it into boil it for a couple minutes. Soy sauce, sesame oil. This looks like what Europeans think Chinese food is. This tastes like a high school classroom party. I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Definitely won't be finishing this plate. Chinese sausage is good though. And I just checked the nutrition. The macros are pretty insane. Jamli Paula, interesting name. I don't think it's real. This is the go-to recipe for when Jamli is mad or sad AF. Looking at the ingredients, a lot of sugar. I mean, sugar is helpful for those situations, but I recommend therapy. That is why I'm using better. This powdered milk's so hard to open. If I was a baby, I'll be starving to death. Holy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once the milk powder integrates into the condensed milk and is starting to thicken a little bit, we'll pour it into our container and just let it chill till it comes to room temperature. The grapes into this little jar. Back into the fridge to chill while we wait. The simple ganache. Just mixing chocolate and heavy cream. All chilled out. Last layer of chocolate ganache. Creamed grape chocolate cake. Jamli asked me to eat this while crying, but tears only drip down my thighs, not my eyes, so we'll just eat it straight up like this. like a porridge. This extremely rich condensed milk chocolate goo kind of coats your mouth, but as soon as you bite into the grapes, the juice spurs out, kind of washes it, makes it more refreshing. The amount of sugar did release a lot of dopamine in my brain, so I think it's replaceable to therapy. Our next recipe is extremely straightforward, submitted by Gunnar from Denver. And Gunnar is 13 years old, being extremely responsible spending his parents' money on a Future Canoe membership. So we gotta try this one. Basically an ice cream sandwich. That whiff of cheesy corn you get whenever you open a Dorito bag, something romantic about it. Alright, here's our sandwich. I have a great feeling about this. Here's to Gunnar. That's such a great balance of flavor. A little bit of saltiness from the ice cream, a lot of saltiness from the chips. I think what makes it great is the combination of the creaminess and that subtle corn flavor. It's almost like eating creamed corn with extra seasoning. I can totally see these little ice cream sandwiches being served at a football party and getting everybody addicted. I'll give Gunnar a 9 out of 10. Must be tough being this smart at 13. Our channel members never disappoint. If you want access to my personal email to send me recipes or weird stuff, you can join the Ligma gang through the link below. Now moving on to submissions from all over the world. By all over the world, I mean my 4 favorite countries. How did I pick these countries, you ask? No, I didn't. You guys picked me, as most of my subscribers are from these 4 countries. So thank you very much. I didn't know things about to get wild this early on in the video, as we're about to start blending some chicken liver. It's really cheap. About a pound of it into the blender. Oh yeah. 2 small onions, 4 cloves of garlic, cup of milk. Oh, oi. What are we doing? It even sounds scary. Gradually we'll add in the flour. Okay, let's stir up this pancake. Since it's a layered cake, the frosting for the chicken liver will be mayo.
Mayo!
One time I accidentally ate a whole jar of mayo and I have to catch a flight. While I was half asleep on the flight, I let out a little fart. There was an old man sitting next to me. He freaked out and started blasting the overhead AC. That was pretty awkward. Chicken liver layered cake. It's kind of like a cursed tiramisu. The secret to a moist cake is chicken liver. Oh, that is so moist. Those 2 blended onions are so overpowering that I can barely taste the liver. It's just that aftertaste of that irony, bloodiness. And thank God for mayo and cheese, because it just overtakes the mouthfeel. This kind of tastes like one of those Korean scallion pancakes. So much better than I expected. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This was not bad. Oh, nice. Look, it's from Your Gay. So, do we even need to slice this? Like, what is corned beef? This just looks so nasty. Looking like a roadkill. I guess now we have never-ending Wagyu fat. So we gotta take advantage of it. Bunch of onions. I didn't realize cooking anything with tallow makes it taste like steak. Kind of a life hack. Potatoes, few minutes. Spread in our corned beef. I think this will be my first and last time of using corned beef. Oh, Lord. Okay. Once the corned beef gets up to temperature, I'll add in stock. Bro, it looks worse with every step. I'm so convinced this is how people make dog food. Am I being trolled here? Is this how it's supposed to look like? I'm gonna attempt to try to save it by adding some white truffle paste. I'm practicing witchcraft over here. Okay, once it turns into kind of a sauce, we can turn the heat off. And very quickly, we'll make waffles to go with it. First step, some Aunt Jemima. The only normal thing in this recipe. What I'm about to do right now will seem very, very triggering, so you have been warned. We're really stepping into a brand new level of struggle meal. It not only looks like one, smells like one, but it also conceptually makes me mentally struggle too. I wish there's the Ligma fork to counteract the curse. Spread them. Can't believe this is going into my mouth right now. Why the maple syrup? It's not as bad as I thought. It's still bad, but it's not that bad. It kind of tastes like a really wet corned beef hash sandwich with sugar in it. I've officially decided that I hate corned beef. Not only did it almost take my finger out earlier, the smell that it left in my apartment is gonna bother me for the next 2 days. From now on, this channel will avoid corned beef at all costs. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. In the submission, this was described as a girl dinner, but not just any girl, a vegan girl dinner. 2 slices of extra firm tofu, 1 piece of nori sheet, and we put the tofu on top of the nori sheet and top it with, I give a second chance, the Kewpie mayo. That's not vegan. And sriracha. The preferred topping of this subscriber is kimchi. Here comes the most important part of the recipe. She said that we have to eat it hunched over the kitchen counter. I mean, that's how I normally eat anyways. Roll it up, cut it diagonally like a sandwich. Actually looking pretty good. Okay. I like how cold it is, honestly. It's like a great appetizer. Didn't know raw dog and tofu could be so enjoyable. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. What a great hack. Not that I constantly have access to these ingredients, but I'll be eating this for the next day and a half. Next one, you called it an awesome tofu smoothie submitted by a college student struggling in the dorm room but found herself with an abundance of frozen fruit. This time in the questionnaire, I forgot to ask for your names. My bad. I really do want to get to know all of you, so for our next video, the submissions in the description, give a short introduction. This one is a protein smoothie using silken tofu, another vegan girl item. 1 whole block of silken tofu, a very ripe banana, frozen fruit, about a cup of Greek yogurt, and we're supposed to sweeten it with like honey or maple syrup. I don't feel like grabbing those. Let's just do another banana. Have a little bit of milk. How can this be bad, huh? It looks amazing. Love the shade of pink. Well, here, cheers to Women's History Month. It's not as sweet as I like to be, probably a good thing. I don't really taste the tofu at all. So what is the difference between this and a normal protein shake? It tastes great, but it wouldn't be my preferred way of consuming a protein shake. I'd much rather just have straight up protein powder and water. With the Fruity Pebble protein powder. Nice. See, this is so much better than the Hailey Bieber shake. Erewhon should start selling this. So first we heat up a pan with some tallow, of course. Sauteing some onions. Once it gets a little bit brown on the side, we'll crush in with our bare hands, crushing popcorn into the pan. I don't have popcorn, I only have Doritos. Doritos also from corn. And we'll saute it for 1 to 2 minutes and slap this mess between 2 pieces of bread. It reminds me of cooking like a tortilla soup. Close it up. Sandwich always tastes better when it's diagonal. This is like a vegetarian sloppy joe.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass it like Stockton.
It actually tastes amazing, I'm not kidding. Something about that tallow seeping into the Dorito makes it taste 10 times richer. I thought it would be very singular because it's just white bread and chips, but everything together has a very complex flavor profile. I'm not only impressed, but I also suspect that whoever created this was not sober. Now, as usual, the first European recipe from Germany. This one is called Schmetznudel. This Southern Frankfurt subscriber told us about this post-war dish from his great-grandmother, designed to use up old stale bread. For the pasta part, we're gonna do orzo, because I feel like if I don't use it now, I'll never use it. On top of the pasta, we'll do about half a cup of breadcrumbs. Here is our marinara of the day, I guess. Oh yes, this already looks very German. Try this German orzo applesauce pasta. I mean, it's definitely not good, but pasta and applesauce is not that bad either. I guess it reminds me of a rice pudding because of the orzo shape. 4 out of 10. This one I'm surprised we haven't done yet. So just basically cooking down a can of baked beans. Look at that piece of bacon. Heat it up, and the recipe called for some sugar and syrup into this. I really don't think it needs any more, so we're just gonna keep it like that. Now all we need to do is just to cut in our hot dogs. You guys cannot comment on how good I am at handling glizzies. Once everything's heated through, it will be done. From previous episodes of Struggle Meals, we learned that putting curry powder in baked beans takes it to a whole nother level. Season it with a teaspoon of it. So it's pretty much just like butter chicken. Struggle meals with hot dogs. What a classic. Just takes me back to high school. After class, I'll go home when I'm all alone. I'll do all sorts of things with hot dogs. It tastes amazing. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This one's from Julian. It's called a German kraut. Sort of like a way to dress up your average sauerkraut. First step, you're rendering out bacon fat. We'll add in our chopped onions and apples. I think every single German recipe we've done so far has some type of apples in it. Either applesauce or cut up apples. The apples are starting to caramelize a little bit. 1 whole bag of sauerkraut. Some bouillon powder. Paprika. Chicken stock. It looks like Christmas. Leave it to simmer for 30 minutes. Get all that flavor induced into the kraut. Serving the apple flavored sauerkraut directly on some dogs. Julian also told us to have it with baked potato, but you know, no carbs and such. So let's go. I guess because of the sugar, vinegar, and the red from paprika, it's starting to taste like a kimchi stew. I had such low hopes. I guess in a way exceeded my expectations, but I don't think I'll take another bite. 5 out of 10. This one's from Australia, so you already know it involves Marmite. It's called a Marmite pasta. For continuity's sake, we're using orzo, butter, and I only have Vegemite. I assume it's the same thing, right? Let me know in the comments. The only normal ingredient, Parmesan cheese. Okay, not too much though, because it's still a struggle meal. I mean, I do like butter pasta, so I suppose this is just seasoned with Vegemite. You know what this looks like? It's starting to look like a soy sauce fried rice. So exactly what I expected, butter pasta with a hint of Vegemite. Just so you know, personally, I really like Vegemite. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll spread some Vegemite on crackers. I guess I can live in Australia, but I assume most of you won't enjoy this. So I'll give it a biased score of 8 out of 10.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
Put it inside me. That was my impression of my sister when she sees a syringe full of Ozempics, or when I learn a new diet hack. This recipe, I guess it is a struggle meal, but more of like crazy diet trend that went on with the skinny girls of China. So these Shanghai girls came up with a way to save calories by making a fire sauce to stir fry with literal rocks, and they suck on the rocks for the flavor to feel like they ate a whole meal, but actually they just ate rocks. I guess it's pretty struggle meal-esque. I've seen this on Instagram, never thought I'd be cooking it. The biggest problem that I foresee is finding these like perfect looking round pebbles in New York. So we're gonna go on an adventure and hunt for rocks. We're heading towards Stewart Park first to see if we can find some rocks. I feel like a millennial. Is this what millennials do when they're young, like without the internet and stuff? Should I rally them to help me find a rock? I'll walk up and be like, are you guys subscribed to Mr. Beast? I mean, Future Canoe. What's the difference, right? I've always wanted to try this taco shop. Wonder if there's like spiders coming out. This one looks really good, but it's like wet. There's a dog just pee on it. So excited. Nice. Which one is the fish? I don't like when the fish taco is not fried. Oh, this is a big one. Oh. That's a great one. But that's like too man-made, you know? Like, we need that natural stuff. Salsa verde. That shit tender. Guacamole looks so fresh. Look at that bite. Fish is a little fishy, not in a good way. Reminds me of the caviar we had last time. This one is a bad one. All right, chicken. This can't go wrong. Yeah, the chicken's the best one. The best part about this place is everything's so fresh. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I will be back. Oh. That's perfect. Look how beautiful this one is. Like, you know this is formed by a stream, not some man-made shit. All right, I'm keeping this. Also, guys, I just stepped in shit. Moving on to India, our next recipe is called Bagan Karbara. This is a classic easy dish for a lot of Indian households, starting with 1 large eggplant. Why did I say it like that? Because that's how this person typed it. Large, round, shiny, purple eggplant. I don't know what this person is hinting at. So to that, we're gonna poke a bunch of holes and stuff garlics inside the holes. When the eggplant looks like it's caught some type of bad infection, we can start roasting it. Open flame. Reminds me how I used to be friends with this girl from Qatar, and every time I go to her house to eat dinner, her dad would be roasting a huge eggplant to make baba ganoush. I wonder how they're doing now in the Middle East. While that's roasting, we're gonna never-ending beef tallow. Never knew how juicy eggplants are. A little bit of black stuff left, but charring never hurt nobody. Mushy eggplant, we'll start mashing it. Masala. With 2 pieces of white ass bread, we will serve this Indian household dish. A bruschetta. An Indian bruschetta. Let's go. Could have done it without the bread. I wish I had some pita chips to go with it. I feel like it would be better. Love the spices in the marsala mix, and a little bit of charring from the eggplant actually helped to deepen the flavor. Yeah, overall a very intense dish. And I feel like it's a pretty decent struggle meal because all you need is tomatoes and 1 really large eggplant, and they're generally pretty cheap. But the process is a little bit complicated. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The submission said the Utapam is made of semolina flour,
water, yogurt, salt, little piece of ginger, baking soda, tomato, onions, and green chili.
and he ended this whole thing with, I didn't measure anything. Improv, off the dome type of recipe. Guesstimating everything, so some water, yogurt, salt, flour, about a key bump of baking soda, tomato, onions. Our savory pancake is complete. Let's move over to start stirring a lot of oil. I already know this pancake is gonna be good. And it tastes like a dry aged steak. Damn, I don't think I've ever flipped a pancake without doing this. Damage control. Not bad, huh? Gonna get the corner piece. Okay, I actually really like it. It gets kind of crispy on the edges. The dough itself just tastes like a savory crepe. I like how there's like little pieces of onions in there. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, but high potential.
Can it be a boiling water fire?
What the f are y'all talking about?
This dish is extremely straightforward, pretty much just sauteing eggs with Takis. But I feel like we've done similar things before on the channel, so we're gonna dress it up a little bit. I'm gonna start with the Gordon Ramsay style classic French scrambled eggs, the soft and fluffy one, and then season with crumbled Takis on top. And at this point, you're probably asking, what are Takis? They're like little taquitos, but I like to taki to you on the phone. Cold pan, start with cold egg. No salt, because the salt would draw out too much moisture. It wouldn't be as fluffy. A whole cube of butter. And just start kind of scrambling. And little by little, the butter is going to emulsify into the eggs and incorporate air at the same time. So eventually, we're going to get that fluffiness. You know, the French really eat like grandmas. A lot of their food is just creamy, soft, fluffy, you know. I like it hard. When the curdling is intensifying and like, you know, keeping off the bottom of the pan gets a little bit difficult and it's really creamy, we'll cool the temperature down with a tablespoon of sour cream. Turn off the heat. This will stabilize the eggs, so stop and retard the cooking process. Throw up consistency. This looks exactly like what I eat every day. Like a little bit of strawberry mixed into cottage cheese. Wow, so we're supposed to serve it with toast. I don't know about serving with toast, but if you're eating this, I think you're toast. This feels so wrong. It feels like I'm committing a crime. The bread aside, this scrambled egg tastes so good. So fluffy, soft. I thought it's gonna have a lot of that egg sulfur smell, but not at all. I think the Takis kind of overtook it. It just feels like you're eating Takis with a really creamy, well-seasoned sauce to balance it out. This is the most surprising dish of the day. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5. We have nori sheet, some Philadelphia cream cheese. Before I tell you the last ingredient, let me ask you something. What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi. So what is this dish called? Is it like a Japanese bagel? Give it a bit of a kick. I can't do too much though. No, look at these. I made sushi roll. I feel like we can actually take these to a street fair and sell money for it. It tastes like a Philadelphia roll. Don't need to explain the reasons. The cream cheese is so powerful that it's taking over that fishy smell from the nori, and that hint of wasabi comes in to interact with the fatty content of the cheese. I'm starting to get why this dish makes sense. It's kind of like a low carb, low calorie, healthier version of bagel bites. Just a canvas to deliver cream cheese into your mouth. I'll do this again. This next one is called drunk beef and it only has 3 ingredients. Piece of ribeye that we're probably gonna waste. You think my dad's back, but no, we're actually just using this to cook. This is the cheapest bourbon I could find, and we need to completely cover the beef. And at high heat, we'll just wait for it to come to a simmer, I guess. Are we in a frat house because it smells like straight up meat and alcohol? We'll let this rest and dry for a little bit. Also season it all over with salt. Never-ending tallow. Can't believe the only recipe that actually fits my macros today is soaked in whiskey. I mean, the crust is pretty good, I have to say. Let's separate the ribeye cap, my favorite cut. Alcoholism. Actually, that's cooked pretty well. I don't taste the whiskey, but I do feel like maybe boiling it before made it more tender, or maybe I accidentally made a good steak. The recipe said we have to chase it down with the boiling liquid. That's actually not bad. I feel like my testosterone just rose up a little. A whole bottle of whiskey and a ribeye, bro. This ain't struggle meal. Boil some milk. Run out of milk, but my dad's not back, so I'm gonna use some of my roommate's milk. To the milk, we'll mix in some bananas. This part is looking a little dangerous, so. Finally, since it's a protein cereal, we're gonna cut in some beef jerky. Our most important garnish. Oh yeah. Get that calorie in. Let's do this. Taste-wise, I don't want to rate this. I feel like I just wasted precious protein from the beef jerky.
I think sound, bro.
I'm saving the most interesting for last. I don't think we need much talking for this segment. Wow, I don't know how we've done 5 struggle meal videos and never come across this. This seems so... Alright, no more talking. It's actually not bad. You know, once you bite into it, the pickle releases salty, briny juice that turns into sort of like a pad thai flavored sauce enclosed by the bread. Peanut butter and pickles. I didn't expect it to work. And the pickle kind of balanced out the fattiness too. This is pretty genius. I'm glad we end on a good note because previous episodes I almost died at the last recipe. So I'll give this an 8 out of 10. You should try it yourself. To be honest, this has been the best struggle meal episode so far on this channel. I enjoyed all of them so much, so thank you. Just want to remind us that these recipes aren't just about sustaining on low quality food. They're indicators of our wisdom in struggles, our perseverance through the harshness of life. As always, remember, the most important part of a struggle meal is eating it with a heart full of hope. Alright, thank you.